So I'm in the learning curve here, but what I'm hoping to do is to kind of let this thing unfold organically and figure out how it's going to be, what the protocol will be. And probably for the first 10 or 15 minutes, I'll talk about some concept or idea to kind of prime the pump. Sometimes contemplating an idea, oftentimes contemplating a little bit before trying to do some mindfulness activity can build some momentum and help loosen some of the distractions. So maybe even build motivation. So one of the things I thought about talking about a little bit this morning was this concept. I even did some prep work. This concept of personal integrity. And the reason why this is important is because in meditation, what you're doing ultimately is introspecting and entering into a more conscious and intentional relationship with self. And each of us has a container of self, and that's what I mean when I talk about personal integrity. Some of you have heard me talk about this before. When I say the word integrity, I don't mean adherence to any moral, ethical, religious, or even legal code. I'm talking about watertight integrity. Like any vessel has the capacity to hold any substance. Each one of us has a personal container. And that container exists in consciousness and is formed and held together by our attention and what we do with our attention. And extending from our attention are our boundaries and our choices inside the self, mentally, in thought and emotion, around our bodies, and ultimately into the extended body of our life circumstances, everything that you see around you. So, but oftentimes in life, there are challenges to our integrity. Oftentimes, every day, really, we get met with temptations and challenges to compromise ourselves, to do and say things we don't really want to do, to step outside of the bounds of who we may feel, and at some level know we really are who we really are. And when that happens, let's go to the prep. How did you do this? There it is. When that happens, we get holes in our bowl, cracks, leaks, and we spill out. It's draining and depleting. So it really behooves us to take the time to get present, to get conscious, and to feel, because the only way we can know the condition of our container is through our feeling, to feel inside and make connections with the feelings that we're having and the thoughts that emerge, so we can become aware of those compromises, those leaks. And sometimes even the content, sometimes we have something in our bowl, some shame, something that's not true, that can color the water, so to speak. So when we take that time and pay attention and feel about and examine the things that aren't true and become aware of the compromises and the leaks, we can begin to shore things up. And when that happens, we feel better. We feel better and we fill up. And when we fill up, we have more psychic energy to work with. We're more conscious, more awareness, more empathy, we feel more connected. We're more aware of the potential for connection, whether that's with our children, our families, with our community, with nature, even with the cosmos, with all creation. So that's why this concept is so important, and it's something to always keep coming back to, is how well am I holding myself? How do I feel that I'm being true to myself in any given moment? And that begins even with breath. Everything that's happening in our consciousness is stored in our breath. And so when we are meditating, we're going to begin always by paying attention to the breath. Relaxing the breath and allowing the breath. Just like relaxing and allowing the self to be true to who they are, to who we are. So I just wanted to bring that up. Often another concept that's really important right now, that's not just that often gets talked about in terms of personal integrity, is this idea of codependency, or when we are leaning too much outwardly on another, or we are too determined or dependent on the perceptions and the judgments and the movements of others outside of ourselves. And then we start feeling controlled and compromised, and maybe even we start resenting. A whole mess can extend in that dynamic. And I'm bringing that up because that experience it's not just a simple psychological concept. I want to broaden the view and say our codependency could be analogous to the imbalance that exists in our system, where we are looking out and pouring ourselves out, depleting ourselves. And so we really want to be paying attention to our energetic system, to the field that we feel circulating around us and through us, and be as present and mindful of that and working with it as possible, so that we can shore up and hold ourselves well and set ourselves free, really, from the fear and the shame. And when that happens, that's when all the awakening happens. That's when we see more and more all the amazing things that can unfold in our own being, and the more that we can do for ourselves, for each other. Leaving the old world, my belief is that we would leave the old world of separation and fear of each other and the need to control each other behind, and know that every movement that's in integrity is a win-win. That my integrity supports you in your integrity. My wholeness and worthiness and selfhood, and honoring that and expressing it fully and truly, supports all others in doing the same. So ultimately, so this is probably a concept that I'll be visiting regularly in some form to contemplate when we prepare to do a meditation. Because one of the easiest and clearest and most important principles is that I am entering into a relationship with myself. I am going to grow, and I'm going to heal, and I'm going to hold myself well, and that action, that movement, is gonna support me in supporting all others in my world and in the world, and perhaps the world itself, all conscious beings, to be whole and free and in harmony. And that all begins in consciousness. So where we're all connected. So thanks for listening to all that. I felt called to practice doing some little sharing. Another thing that I may do that may be a little repetitive before launch, before ignition here in the meditation, is just talk very quickly about the structure of meditation, about the basic mechanics of it. So it's always about attention, and our attention is constantly coming and going. For some of us, it comes and goes a lot more than others, and what we want to practice doing is gently reeling that in. It's okay that it comes and goes. It's doing a job by coming and going. It's connecting dots. But we want to begin gathering that up and placing our attention consciously, and that does require practice. And in any kind of meditation, that's always going to be the beginning part. So it's going to be the practice of command of attention, or directed or focused or an assertive action in your mind. So, and that's where this guided meditation piece comes in, where you sit, you focus. I'll be guiding you to focus on your breath, and you'll be hearing my voice. It's okay if you drift off a little bit, just come back gently and try and stay on the path of where we're going. Generally, always will be focused on the breath. That's a pure place to focus and be present with in your own being. And then after a period, in the beginning, I'll probably be talking a little faster so as to keep your attention. And then after a little bit, and it feels like everybody's kind of with me and kind of aboard the train, things will slow down, and we'll have more of a relaxation of that assertion. And then there'll be a period at some point, gradually more and more, until purely a period of reception. So the period of assertion is just like a tuning of the mind to a frequency of the self, a frequency of maybe the higher self, to receive information and energy in your own being, maybe in the greater whole. And then there'll be a receptive or a relaxation after the assertion, a relaxation of the attention, and just a sitting in that frequency or a receiving of that energy. And that's like the most basic way I know to talk about, what happens in the process of meditation. It is not just, sometimes it's taught that prayer is talking to God, and that meditation is listening to God. And, and I would say meditation, like, and this practice that we'll be doing, there are many practices, it'll be a little bit of both, because you're gonna be managing your attention and watching it and working with it and focusing it with conscious intentionality. And then we'll get to a point of relaxation and reception and receiving. And listening. So that is enough of me gabbing on. It's 9:20, way past where I thought we'd get started. So we got 5 on the train with us, so we'll get started. Also, after this is over, it will still be up. I'm going to try and just keep these up and build a little archive, I think, and I will post some things in the details so that all this is accessible later. Good morning. Okay. So we'll get started now. The other thing that's really important is finding a place that's distraction free, of course. Headphones are really good so that you can be immersed in the experience. I always encourage people to sit with their spine straight. Some people are like, I like to lay down and meditate. And I'm like, well, there's a lot of different ways to talk about it, to be conscious and present and alert. Sitting upright. The body language of sitting upright is very self-respecting, very affirming of your own sovereignty, your own authority, your worth. It's conscious and alert. The spine, when it's perpendicular to the earth, does a whole different electrical thing for alertness. There is energy, again, we won't get into it too much, but energy that moves up and down the spine and through these major vital nerve clusters that correspond with major vital organs, and ultimately lights the brain up and generates all these wonderful things in the body. So sitting as relaxed as possible with your spine straight is the goal here. You don't have to assume the lotus position. You should not be straining or hurting. You should be relaxed and present, holding the body in the position, but able to move your attention beyond any aches and pains and being with the breath. Okay, thanks for listening. So we'll get started now. So everybody just sit with your spine straight, close your eyes, and elevate your gaze about 20 degrees above level, focusing your attention at this point, at the point between your brows. Take a deep breath in. Hold that breath with your diaphragm. And then slowly release that breath. And as you do, feel a wave of relaxation moving from your head to your toes. Another deep breath in. Release and relax and letting go. Just centering your awareness in your body, staying with the breath. Another deep breath. Hold. And gently release. Calm and relaxed. Calling all of your mental attention here and now. Calm and relaxed. And we'll just keep the breath moving in a slow, steady, circular rhythm. No holding on the inhale or the exhale. Just finding a nice, full rhythm with the breath as you call all of your mental attention here and now in this moment to this breath. Releasing any worries about the future, any angst about the past. Calling all of your attention here and now to your breath, to this moment, to your body. And just carry your attention now to the area of your heart, deep within your body, beyond your body. And just breathing through your heart center. Perceive a warmth there. Maybe feel the heart beating. You can visualize embers, and with each breath, those embers brighten. With your breath and your will, just cause there to be a light there, shining out. Perceive light shining from the heart. Maybe it is dimmer at first, but with each breath, it brightens and intensifies. Just feel your heart relaxing and opening. You can think of all the things you're grateful for in your life as you do this breathing through the heart. All the ones you love. All the people you're grateful for, care for. Just breathing and relaxing and opening through the heart. Feeling that warmth shine out. Any walls falling away, everything unlocking, loosening, opening. And let that light shine out through your whole body. This unconditional love. This fire that burns within. Feel it shining out, touching every cell, every particle in your body and your being. Filling up your whole body, filling up your whole being with love and light. Recognizing the quality of this light shining out from your heart. The quality is unconditional love. Breathing and relaxing and filling up. Feel a river running through the heart. Feel your heart center resonating with all the energies around you, in your home, in nature. And as you feel resonance, you connect, there's a broader flow. Allow that light to expand out beyond your body now, expanding out into your home, into your space. Feel that energy saturating, enveloping, imbibing all the materials around you, surrounding your loved ones, any beings in proximity. Just gently, unconditionally, there's no forcing. Even if you perceive someone cannot yet receive it, it'll be there waiting for them. Allow your light, allow your heart to be open and flowing. Rays of light, streams of light and love flowing out, connecting and surrounding, enveloping, uplifting. Continuing to breathe with this flow. Expanding out beyond your home, beyond your space, out into the world, across the countryside. through the city, touching all the people, all the animals, all the critters, all life. Being aware of resonance with the life force, the current that is already moving through everything. That in its purest form, it's all love. And feel your love in cooperation and coordination and harmony with the love that flows through all. Feel it working in concert, unlocking, loosening things that ties that bind. Feel an ease, a relaxation, allowing, moving through the collective. Feel yourself allowing, relaxing. Allowing everyone to have their process, their journey, their choices. Trusting their own inner process, trusting their own higher selves, their own inner guidance. There's no need to persuade, to push or to pull. There's no right or wrong here. There's only resonance. There's only this frequency of unconditional love and allowing. And notice that when you feel this river running through you, when you feel resonant and connected with this force moving through all, it is easy to let go. It is easy to let others make their choices. And it is easy to know that you are free to be your true self, your authentic self, your natural, uninhibited expression in the world, in this life. Continue to breathe and feel this energy running through you. Feel yourself relaxing in your own being. Feel any inhibitions, any fears, any shames just floating up and out. Feel them dissolving. As this frequency, this feeling of love and acceptance flows through all. And recognize what a gift it is. What a gift for you to be your relaxed, authentic self, your sincere self. Nothing forced, nothing inflated or inferior. Just natural, just true, authentic. There's no fear here. There's only peace. There's no conflict. There's only cooperation. There's no need to push or persuade. There's only presence. There's calm. there's kindness. See yourself resonating with this source energy moving through your heart, with the quality of unconditional love. See it setting you free to live in integrity, allowing you greater and greater authentic expression in every moment. See yourself softly turning when fear rises, and meeting any scary moment with kindness, with compassion, with presence, with patience, with poise. Because you have already done the good work, the loving work of presence with the self. And so you are prepared. You are ready. You are free. More and more in your daily living, an awareness of this flow moving through you, moving through all things, noticing more and more its signs, the synchronicities, the seemingly serendipitous happenings. Feel this source energy speaking to you, not just through the silence, not just through the conscious breathing, not just through stillness in your own being, but through orchestrations in your outer life. See yourself noticing more, seeing more. The source of life itself speaking to you from within and without. And so you feel supported, and it is easier to be a support. It is easier to know, to trust that you will know what you need to know when you need to know it. Because you are connected. And anytime you feel off, you can just come back to the breath. Just like this. And remember and center and listen. And feel. You're not alone. This river runs through you. And it is not just you. It is many. It is more and more. So you can be happy for you and celebratory for all. And each happy, loving breath is a gift, is a transmission. An applause for the whole of humanity as we rise. It is good. Feel all that now. Feel all the souls filling up, finding the courage to be true to who they are in every moment, in every choice, in every movement, setting themselves free and rising. And at the same time, love and light descends down from the sky above, from the sun. Golden snowflakes. Popping and crackling, sparkling, finding their way to just the right place to feed and nourish and awaken. What an exciting time to be alive. So now I can just continue to breathe. And resonate in this frequency. Feel the mind quieting down. There's no need to think or even visualize anymore. There can just be the being, the resonance. The stillness in between the breaths. Between the beats. Listen now. Listen deeply. Allow your whole being to listen. Hearing beyond form. Hearing truth. Being still. And knowing. Be still now. And know. Now you can just gently begin to bring your attention back. Bringing your attention back. Keeping your heart open. Even the river flowing. Slowly bringing your attention back to the room, to your body, to your breath. yourself centering back in your body, feeling gratitude for all that you've received through the stream that flows in your own being, all that you've received inside, from inside. Breathing and relaxing, focusing back on your form, running your attention from the soles of your feet up to the crown of your head, fingertip to fingertip. And when you're centered back in your body, take a deep breath in and open your eyes. Okay, we did it. Thanks for coming along. I will do this again, and at some point I'll probably make a bigger announcement. But we're gonna do this again in 2 weeks at the same time, and I may schedule it sooner too. You can share this with anyone. There's no this isn't an exclusive party. Oh, and this will be up. I'll probably tweak it a little bit, clean it up a little bit, and then I'll post it more officially with a thumbnail and everything on the I guess it already has a thumbnail. See, I'm still learning. But you guys can share this with anyone and invite anyone, and I'll look forward to meeting you back here in a couple of weeks. Okay, thanks for playing. Bye now.